All right, guys. Hopefully everybody can hear me here. We're giving a demo test run here of our equipment and seeing how we can go live.
Dad,
What's up, honey?
Dad, 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 Dad.
I can take it. Thank you.
Here. That's not wicked. That's not wicked. See? That's not wicked.
Yeah, it's broken.
That's not wicked. That's not wicked. That's not wicked.
Here.
It's not wicked, Dad.
You're so funny, Amelia. All right, hold on. I'll turn it on. There you go. Do you feel better with the TV on?
Yes.
All right. So I got my daughter in here playing games, and so this is all just test stuff right now. What's up, everybody in the chat? We got Stills in the chat, Crownless Kings in the chat. How you guys doing?
Daddy, sit down. Dad,
So, guys, I do have my daughter in here. She's very persistent, and she will make a lot of noise. So we're just doing like a test demo run right now. Hopefully everything looks good. How's the picture? How's the sound? If you guys could give me that feedback, that'd be totally awesome. Just so I know like what I need to do to adjust. Later tonight, we're going to be doing a live stream, me and my wife, live doing some gameplay at the Cornercade. Miss Pac-Man's going to be the game. We're going to kind of go one-on-one with each other and see how that goes. My daughter's going to attempt to bring every chair in the house into the Cornercade right now because that's like how she plays the game. So just bear with her for right now. See what we got going on in the chat right now. Oh, there you go, Biggie D. What's up, buddy? Everything's looking good. I don't have like a ring light or anything right now. I'm piecing together equipment. We just got a mic, so the big thing I want to test out right now is the sound. This is all right now on my phone, so we really don't have any equipment, so we're just starting from scratch here.
good.
Yes, Biggie D, definitely. You definitely have to order that Zabos marquee. That one right in the back there, that's a must-have. I actually just ordered one. Yeah, I just ordered one for Dig Dug, so that one will be coming. The one cool thing about Joe Sabos is a phenomenal quality. The bad thing is that, what's up, honey?
Red.
Yep, that's red. That's the MVSX.
Red.
The bad thing is that, hold on, let me shut the door real quick. The bad thing I was going to say, guys, is that it takes like 3 months to have it shipped to you. So if you want it right away, you're going to have to wait a little bit. So how are we feeling about that time crisis? I know Biggie D, you did a live stream yesterday going through it. Now, guys, they didn't redesign that at all. That's just a different angle of it. If you pay close attention to where it first came out, the render, it's the exact same. The only thing they took off was the Namco, which actually kind of sucks because it was kind of cool having that on the side and then on the front, the marquee there. But the control panel, we're just seeing it from an angle, so it's all the same. But it definitely looks really cool. It looks much better from that angle. I don't know why we got the first render on the front end there, so definitely really weird. But I'm looking forward to that. Definitely going to get that right away. What's up, honey? My daughter loves the attention. Let's see if we can get her on camera here. Come here, honey. You want to be on camera? All right. Oh, hello. Do you want to look at the camera? Say hello? Say hello, YouTube. You want to go play games?
Yes.
Okay, go play games. I'll let you play games. We're just doing a test stream. Let me pull up the chat here. I kind of borrowed my wife's phone to see what's going on here. King Zarkon. What's up, buddy?
Daddy, walk.
This is part.
Daddy, walk on your face.
Do you see me in the camera? This is part of the reason. So what's going on? If you guys want to know what's going,
Walk on your face.
yes. If you guys want to know what's going on, how things go. So this is technically like my Saturday right now.
Walk on your face.
Yes, honey, I'm in the camera. Come over here. So this is.
Daddy, walk on your face.
Come here, honey. So we have a 1 and a 3-year-old, and this is part of the reason why we can't get anything accomplished right now, and why we can't do more live streams. We have to do a lot of our content when everybody's in bed at the end of the night. So
What are you with?
come here, come over here.
Dad,
Come here.
shop
Do
with.
you want to play? Do you want to play Fast and Furious?
Yeah,
Why don't you play it? It's your favorite arcade.
Dad,
Let's see if I can. Let's see if I move a little bit closer if that helps. Like I said, I don't have a ring light or anything right now. I don't want to block the TheCornerCade sign either. So let's see.
Dad, what are you with?
Yes, Biggie, we're getting a full remodel at Best Buy.
Daddy,
So it's a $13 million remodel, and we're all working outside. Here, let me see. Let me see if I can actually talk to you guys. I'm gonna have my wife kidnap our 3-year-old and see. Give me 1 second, okay? Okay, come here, honey.
Dad, what are you with?
Here, come on. Let's go see what mommy's doing.
Yes. Mommy got a bird. T-shirt. Oh, whoa.
Okay, hopefully Mrs. TheCornerCade can hold it down for just a second, just so I can kind of test this stuff out for you guys real quick without our toddler screaming. Our 1-year-old is down for a nap right now, so hopefully this will be a little bit better. Let's see, now we're back. All right, we're back at it. All right, guys, so long and short, let's get into this real quick. So me being a retail manager, I can't really get a consistent schedule to kind of sit down with you guys and kind of do like a weekly podcast show. So what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to piece things together. So like if I, for instance, like this week I have Monday and Tuesday off, going to try to do like a gameplay series on our quote unquote Saturday night, so Monday night. If next week I have Wednesday, Thursday off, it's going to be on Wednesday. So we'll see what we can do. We'll see how many people watch it. We'll see if anybody really likes it. And then we'll kind of go from there. But let me know your feedback too. Oh, we got P-Dubs Arcade Loft in the house, the Garage Gamer. What's going on, man? I appreciate everybody stopping by. I know it's just an awkward, like, in the afternoon kind of thing. I wanted to kind of test run some equipment that I got. So I was able to snag these DJI wireless mics, and I figure I could use it twofold. So to do like a podcast show or live stream, to do like my review videos on, and then, you know, we can actually take them, and if we visit like an arcade or whatever out in the wild, we can actually use it to maybe do some record play and gameplay there. So it kind of is like a multi-mic instead of just getting like a desk mic, and I'm kind of stuck with it there. So I wanted to kind of stretch the budget as far as I can. These things so far sound amazing from what everybody's saying in the live chat, so hopefully they're good. I literally just got them last night, fired them up this morning, and hopefully everything is loud enough and okay. Yes, this is very exciting. I always wanted to stream with you guys. Like I said, you know, so I have a 1 and a 3-year-old, and right now it's nap time. So Logan, my 1-year-old, he's down for a nap. Amelia, you guys heard her loud and proud in here. She's got my personality, but in a 3-year-old little girl's body. So it's nonstop. So for me and my wife to really like get through the day with the kids, and then finally try to have enough energy to like live stream at night, it's difficult to say the least. But you know, I've been trying to keep up with the channel. We'll put some shorts on there of her playing the arcades, and then I'll try to do like my review stuff. But we wanted to start like a series of us doing maybe some gameplay. You know, I don't think that's enough of that at the end of the day. Like the arcades are about the gameplay. So hopefully maybe I'll put up a poll on the community channel, and you guys can kind of take a look at that. Maybe we'll put up like 4 choices of like what kind of game we should play next in kind of like a versus series. Trying to think what else. We had Time Crisis news. P-Dubs, I don't know if you're still in here, if you stopped by or anything. We were talking in Time Crisis, that render from the front, it makes it look totally different when it's at an angle. But nothing has changed. It's the same thing. They just took the Namco off, which I'm trying to understand, if there's no linked play and they just took the Namco writing off, why is it taking now a year later that this is coming out? My only 2 cents guess on that is that the chipset is struggling. and they don't maybe want to run into another situation like the pinballs did. Marvel vs. Capcom 2, where it's just like frying the chipset. I know Biggie D, you talked about a new chipset that was coming out from Arcade 1UP, like maybe in December. Maybe this is the first cab that has that chipset in it. I don't know. We don't have a confirmed date or anything yet. I guess while we're live right now, I can kind of give you a little update on any CornerCade news we got going on. The CasinoCade, we're gonna go ahead and I got a friend that's gonna get that for him and his house, and he's going to let me do an unboxing and a video for you guys. So that'll be pretty cool. I don't know how many people are getting this in the community. So it'll be kind of cool to get. I mean, I didn't plan on getting the CasinoCade at all. It's just not. It has no arcade nostalgia for me. My wife, Miss Cornercade, wants it, but I mean, I guess what wife doesn't want it? Yeah, so we're gonna get that, and I'll be able to do a review video for you guys, which will be pretty cool. And then outside of that, Big Buck Hunter kind of looks cool, but a huge miss on the no light up marquee. We know Arcade 1UP is doing just like the cheap route. Hey, just reskin it and move the drill, get rid of the risers, and just get it out there. It costs them absolutely nothing. I think it's less now because it's less wood that they're using for the riser. So it's like a cheaper way just to like reskin these things and get them out. Just slap a coin door on it and be done with it. So it really kind of sucks that they didn't do anything with a gun, no retractable cords, no light up marquee. But for our arcade, I'm thinking, just right behind me here sits T2. Terminator Judgment Day gets like very little gameplay. I'm thinking about maybe swapping that out for the Big Buck Hunter because I think Big Buck Pro, I think we would play a lot more than we would Terminator 2. But what do you guys think? Yeah, P-Dubs, I saw you said it looks like that short got deleted there, yeah. So it looks like Biggie D is saying the Time Crisis will be the last one with the old PCB. Yeah, and that's what I was thinking too. I think the replay value on Big Buck, I mean, like, let's all be honest with each other. Like, Terminator 2 is like an iconic title that when I got it for, I think it was like $2.99 or something, I was like, oh, I'm going to jump on that. Like, to me, it doesn't have like really any arcade nostalgia, but we all saw it at the movie theaters. We all saw it at every arcade. It was just something that like you have to have that title in your arcade. And just like playing it, for me, some games age well. Like Street Fighter will never die off. Like, Marvel vs. Capcom will never die off. Even like a Pac-Man would never die off. But for this one, it just didn't age well with me. It's like, okay, just kind of, it's like boring. There's not much to it. It's that side scroller, kind of just plain Jane. So with the Buck Hunter, I think I would get a little bit more gameplay out of it. At least me and my wife would. And then, all the mini games too that it has in it. So I was kind of thinking it's that no light on marquee though kills it. And yes, I could get like one from Retro 530, but again, we're talking like what, $150 more. So it's like it starts to add up a little bit. Trying to think what else. Time Crisis, obviously, like a majority of the people are getting that. That'll have high replay value with the 4 games that are on there. So that'll be pretty cool. Oh, and guys, just for the demo of this, just for the demo purposes, I had the chat on my wife's phone, just because I'm not at a PC right now. So we're doing all phones here. So I'm Mrs. CornerCade technically right now, but she will be with us tonight, and she'll have the phone. We'll answer you guys' questions. Like, feel free to ask anything, like CornerCade related. This is kind of like our first time getting to talk to the community, which is pretty cool because we don't really do live streams like that. I'm actually kind of surprised with the picture quality. The iPhone 13 Pro Max is what I have, and I can record this stuff in 4K, which is bananas. I mean, you guys have seen my videos. It's all off a phone, which is awesome. I definitely can't afford like high quality Sony equipment or anything like that, but we're running off a phone right now with the live stream. So this is my iPhone right now, and it looks like the 1080p is pretty decent. So it's pretty cool. I think the only thing I'm gonna get is like a ring light to kind of like accentuate our faces and stuff. So, but I think if everything else looks good, we should be rocking and rolling. This should be pretty good. P Dubs, the stream is 9 p.m. tonight, and I'm Central Standard Time. So I threw it up there as like, hey, fingers crossed, we got the kids in bed, they're sleeping, the night is still young, kind of thing. We can get like an hour or so of gameplay. It's gonna kind of go until I was gonna do like what, best of 3, best of 5. I hold the record in the cornercade on the class of '81 Miss Pac-Man cab. I think my score is like 109,000. My wife just beat me. You guys saw that short I put up there. I quick grabbed the phone when we were playing in the arcade, and she beat my score. She's like 112,000 and Pac-Man. So I got to get her back at that because most of the high scores I have around here. She used to have the high score in Crystal Castles. I finally got the Smoker. We don't use the cheats in that at all. So obviously you could just warp like 3 levels and you have like 1,000,000 points. So we don't do that at all. Thank you, Crownless King. Yeah, I know that's one thing. I try to be something different. And if you guys have any ideas, like feel free to shout them out. To try to, at the end of the day, the arcade is about playing, and that's why I don't do like 15 podcast shows. I would love to. Like this is long and short. This is like a dream of mine. I always wanted to work in radio and like to meet the people of the community. I was so blessed to have P-Dubs just, I was very annoying with it. And he finally said, hey, let's get the corner kid on to shut him up finally. And I went on with him, and it was a blast. I had an absolute fun time, and I just scrapped it together. We were eating a spaghetti dinner. He said, hey, come on, Multicade Monday kind of thing. We started talking about Time Crisis. No equipment whatsoever, but I had an awesome blast at doing that. So and I think the more we kind of do this, and the more I do this, and the more like my wife gets comfortable with being in front of a camera, and same with me. Like I think it'd be really cool to possibly in the future, like have like a co-host to do like a podcast show, like a weekly podcast show if we can. I'm telling you, man, if you guys don't have kids, they drain you. They're in their prime time stages of terrorism right now. So when they get a little bit older too, it'll be nice. Yeah, P-Dubs, your kids are a little bit older now, so you probably already gone through this several years back. So we got 14 people in here. If you haven't given a shout out in the chat, say hi in the chat so I know who's here. Give you a shout out. Yeah, Salvador Stern, definitely. Like it's something else, but like once the kids are older, obviously this will be a lot easier because we can go live like on the drop of a dime. I know I'm taking a week off in August. Hopefully it all gets approved. And I think I'm gonna see if I can take the family to the Garcade. Anybody here that follows PD7, he actually lives like 15 minutes from me. So I think I'm gonna take the family. I'm gonna try to go out to the Garcade. They have a ton of classic machines there, and I noticed that they had a Fast and Furious 2-player. I want to get my wife on that because I've never played the real arcade Fast and Furious, and neither has she. So I think it'd be really cool to kind of compare like what the arcade one up. Obviously, it's like 50% of what that is, but I think it'd be really cool to see like how that one plays, and just compared to like the home arcade. What's up, the real Zim? Emery Arcade, how you doing? Yeah, P Dubs. I used to live in Illinois. I moved up to Wisconsin. So that's where I reside right now, southeastern Wisconsin. I'm about an hour and 15 from the city of Chicago. That would be one hell of a trip. So when I saw you guys go down to the Galloping Ghost, I didn't even know this place existed. It looks insane, and I wish I could do that, but my 1 and 3-year-old would literally last about 15 minutes. That's the one thing that kind of sucks is like the drive down there. Yeah, they would sleep for part of it, but they need to be engaged with like something that's not adult like. Like if we take them to see like a museum or zoo or something, they would have a blast. But when it comes to arcades, like they love the cornercade, but it burns out fast. As you saw, my daughter was in here, she wanted to quick play with the games for a little bit, and now she's kind of like, I got her with mom, and now she's distracted and she's on to something else. So we want to be able to have an opportunity to get to do some of this stuff. It's just it's hard. Yeah, Great America probably is like I want to say like a 45-minute drive from me. That Gurney area. Yeah, definitely pretty cool. What's up, Thor Casey? How you doing? Says there's no chat available in here. You guys, I mean, is everybody good? Oh yeah, Salvador Stern, 13 and 14. That's a good age. I don't know if you have a home arcade or anything, but once my kids get older, if this is still a thing, like I'd love to incorporate them on shows, reviews, have fun with them. Like I kind of built this, and we're in an apartment right now. I don't know who all knows that, but this is a 14 by 14 spare bedroom that we built a cornercade in, and so we're in an apartment right now. But when we in the future get a house. Um, if home arcade is still a thing, which I'm hoping it is, I don't think it's going to go anywhere. Having a basement full like 30 plus machines would be absolutely crazy, and like have my kids' friends come over and stuff. It'd be cool. I assume everybody's going to get Time Crisis here. That's that pretty much the general consensus. Is anyone going to snag Big Buck at all? Or are we going to wait for that to go on a sale? I know that that NBA Jam. I didn't really touch on that while I was kind of just shooting the shit here. That NBA Jam, that looks cool. If that was a two-player, which I think we all need to like sign a petition to do no more four-player cabinets. If I want to play four players, I'll go online. There's plenty of people on Blitz all the time. There's plenty of people on NBA Jam. But if that was a two-player control deck, I'd probably get that hands down because I now have an MVSX that has like 800 games on it or whatever, but it doesn't have an NBA Jam. Like it has like a Sega version NBA Jam that's not an arcade version. So I would hop on and get that. I know and no rail shooters or anything are on the MVSX, so I would definitely obviously get like a Big Buck or a Time Crisis. But it's weird too because they made that NBA Jam like 63 inches high, and I think it's like 1 or 2 inches now higher than their normal standard deluxe. I don't understand like the whole. They're just all over the place with that. It's pretty cool. I got to be honest with you guys. It's pretty cool that like 15 people are in here right now on a random Monday at like 1:30 in the afternoon. It gives me hope that people are gonna tune in tonight. I don't know who else is like having shows or what's going on tonight. I know PWs you run multi-cade Mondays. I don't subscribe to everybody in the community. Maybe I should just sub everybody and see what's up. But I don't know all the people that are having shows. But if you can't catch us live tonight, definitely catch us on the replay. Hopefully this will be a thing where we're just playing. Like this is what me and my wife would normally do. Believe it or not, like I know people say like we don't play like not we, but like people who own home arcades don't play them. If it were up to me, we'd be in here every night for 2 hours. That's how I love to close my night, just playing the games and having fun. But a lot of the times my wife does get burnt out because she is a stay-at-home mom with. We have 3 kids, a 1, a 3-year-old, and we do have a we have a bonus child. He's turning 10 years old, but he's autistic, and it takes a toll sometimes on my wife with just the whole day. So sometimes she just wants to go to bed, and I don't blame her. It's easy for me going to work. I think that's the vacation part of it. It's much more stressful here to raise everybody. But yeah, I think we try to get in here. I want to say we get in here about 4 times a night, but we don't always we don't have the camera rolling. And I was like to my wife, what if we just turn the camera on and have some fun kind of thing? So she's going to give it a shot and we'll see what happens. Let's take a look at the chat here. Vault Nurse, good question. I don't upgrade any buttons or sticks. The only thing I've done so far was I modded the T2 cords to fit into the machine. Here, since this is just a hodgepodge get together, let's go take a look at what I got going on right here. So you guys can kind of see. We'll answer that question. See if I can. So I did the cord mod here. I tuck those in, and then on every arcade that I'm able to do, I'll put a little stopper in here. All this is a hard glue stick that I painted, and it allows this to be set on just a hard switch so I can control my arcades with an Alexa smart plug. It does not work for Centipede. It does not work for the Fast and the Furious, and it doesn't work for Blitz, but it works for everything else. The only other mod I've done was this Killer Instinct. This is just a no-brainer for the marquee to do. And then for those of you that joined late, I got the Dig Dug one. I ordered that from Joe Sabos. That one is coming. It just takes like 2 or 3 months to get here, so we'll be doing that. Yeah, Crowdless King. I can definitely do a video on that. It's kind of just like based on. It's kind of just based on when we get the arcade. So, for example, like Time Crisis will probably be the next big one that we get. If we have to shut it down, because sometimes you can't override like Arcade 1-Up programming the PCB to say, hey, it's got to be in like a shutdown mode. So, but we can definitely do that. You know, I always toyed with doing like a live unboxing, but you know, half the fun of getting home arcades is building them. And you know, me and my wife just like chilling. It's like, kind of like zen to just build it, relax, have some fun, so on and so forth. And I did it for the Class A one here. For the white one, we just kind of put the clear one in. I could paint it white, but you don't even notice with this stuff. So, but yeah, other than that, honestly, if I could, like, if I was tech, like, mod savvy, like, if I was a B Kong or some of these other guys in the community, you know, P-Dubs, you've done that before too, I would totally switch out the buttons and the sticks, no brainer, because the controls are just, they're not that great. It's kind of disappointing. I wish they were a little bit better. See if that answers your question there. Let me catch up with the chat a little bit here. P-Dubs don't work on any. Yep, that's okay. P-Dub says, advice, you don't need to work around other people's schedules. You work around yours. There are 3 million YouTube channels, for sure. I appreciate that. Yeah, definitely. Yep, Crowdless King said the same thing. I challenge you to some. I wonder, it's funny. It's so cool that these arcades are online, but literally every time I play someone online, I get dusted. Like, no chance. I like won't even go on MK. It's so funny because like, so you know, I'm doing a video now, but like people pop in and try to challenge us and stuff, which I try to play. I'll give you guys at least like 3 rounds, even though I know I'm gonna get dusted. It's just, it's not even, it's worthless. But the people that play MK online, oh my god, they know everything, and it's so cool to play against them because I barely know like any combos. I know like Liu Kang, Raiden, and a little bit of Scorpion, but it's so cool to see these fatalities and everything because it's stuff that like I have no idea. I would never be able to memorize. Like, I'm an old fart when it comes to that. Like, there's no chance. There's no chance. I'm a button masher. So if you get like Marvel vs. Capcom, I can do that. Taking a look around, what other? Oh, Street Fighter, I can definitely do that. Just button mash and do like super combos and stuff, but that's pretty fun. Yeah, I'm not a big fan. Salvador Stern says I put light up buttons for my Frogger cabinet and stuff. I'm not a big fan of those light up buttons. I don't know. It kind of looks like a toy. Then it like really makes it look like a toy. So just for me, not a fan. It's cool though. Like if you have the option to, like on the NBA Jam, they did that, like to try to just on the Vault Edition or whatever, to try to just switch something up a little bit. But yeah, not for me though. Yeah, Biggie, that the Zabos marquee is, like I said, it's a must. I honestly wish he could just send me every marquee and just let me do them all. It's insane. What's up, Gotham City Arcade? Glad you can make it. We got 17 people in here. Battles is here. What's up, CornerCade? Buttons and sticks are essential mods, in my opinion. At least for the fighting cabs. Sam wants sticks. Yeah, definitely. And half butts. I mean, yeah, like I said, and if it were up to me and I could do it, I would totally do it. I do like Loctite all of my sticks down to all of the threadings. So once I do that, it's kind of permanent. There's no going back. So I don't know if it can feed through or if I can unscrew it from the bottom, if I take off the control deck from underneath and then kind of pop them out to do it. But like I said, if I could, I would. And I wish like the 4 players were 2 players. I tried looking into like Etsy to get like that control deck to swap in. I bought it from one of like a reputable sellers. I forgot his name now because this is a while back. It was terrible. Like I have a very like anal eye for everything. The print quality was bad. The fonts weren't the same. Everything was like off-centered space. I mean, if you were just kind of throwing it together hodgepodge, like yeah, that works. But honestly, and I'm not trying to bring that place down because I don't even remember their name, but I could have done a better job just going to Home Depot and like just getting vinyl from Joe Sabo's, getting the wood cut from Home Depot, getting it laid down. But I mean, if I'm gonna do the real team molding and all that, I mean, I might as well just build my own arcade kind of thing. It's like it's too much work. I need something that's like a swap and play. Like if these companies could sell like a 2-player control deck, but it had the buttons and the sticks already in there, oh, I'm game. I like the plug and play stuff. That's why the MVSX that I have, that mod, I plugged the thumb drive in. Shout out to P-Dubs in that video because he explained that you can't plug it in the back of this machine. You got to plug it into the PCB, which made a world difference. But once you just plug that in, reboot it, like that's the mods. That's the mods that like average people like me need. Like we're kind of like, I guess I could say my wife's definitely a casual. I'm like a hardcore casual because I'm into this hobby, but I'm definitely a casual when it comes to like modding. Yeah, Crowdless King says, I'm surprised you kept MK30th in Joust. So here's what's going on. So we had like Simpsons, X-Men, Turtles, all of those like shorter cabinets. Arcade went up like redesigned their cabinets to make like 3 or 4 inches taller. So what I ended up doing was I jumped the gun in preparation to say, okay, they're changing things. Like they're making them bigger. They're making them more badass. So I sold all of my 4 players. In retrospect, they're the best titles. Like those Konami classics are legendary titles. They need to be in your arcade. But again, we work in a 14 by 14 room. So my wife and I looked at each other. We could have those 3 beat 'em ups, which don't have a ton of replay value, and we could add 6 2-player cabinets. And even if it's like a Robotron or Cubert, anything like that would have more replay value than those. So I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So we sold all of those. We sold all the 4 players. I kept 1 4-player. It was NFL Blitz just because that has a lot of replay value right now. And I ended up getting the MK2 Deluxe that you guys saw. I did a review on it. But when I sold those other ones, I was like, well, let me get this, that, and the other. I think like Joust and MK30th were on like sales at the time, so I was able to snag those up. Eventually speaking, and I know a lot of people are going to be like, no, but like Tron does not get like any gameplay in our arcade. The arcade looks great, but it just like I'll hop on it from time to time. But if I'm the only one playing it and like once a month, it's not worth taking up real estate in. So the cabs that are kind of on the chopping block are going to be Tron, Big Blue, Joust, MK30th, Yoga Flame because I like the Shinku Hadouken one better. If they come out, obviously we're talking like ahead of time. So like if Arcade 1-Up comes out with that MK4, well then I got the MK2 and I'll have MK4. So I'll have like maybe 1 or 2 of the same things. Terminator 2 is on the chopping block. Just in case, like we talked about earlier in the chat, we talked about possibly getting Big Buck Hunter. So it's all like pretty much putting like the right amount of games. So I got all of the cabs that have like the correct form factor as far as like height goes. I mean, I'm 6 foot, so I can only imagine someone like Biggie D who's like 6'5". Like you couldn't even play these things. You'd have to get like risers on top of risers. So it is kind of hard, but the added like 3 inches now that the other arcades have, that the newer arcades have, as opposed to like the previous body style makes a world of difference. So that's why I ended up getting like this row you see here. I have a couple duplicates, like if we were to play online or if we have people over, if someone's on a cab, I can hop over to another cab. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Let's see what else we got going on here. Biggie D says, what do you think of Kith? I think it's cool that like Arcade 1-Up is coming out with collab cabs, extra cabs, duplicates of cabs, but don't have that be well, that's our release. So like, for example, if this month it was Kith, right? Well, Kith is a bonus. You're making 225 of those. It's a very like small niche thing. So don't incorporate that. If you're gonna re-release Buck Hunter and NBA Jam, by all means do it. But then our new title should be Time Crisis. So technically that's 4 titles that are coming out in 1 month. Like, if we go on that game plan, awesome. But if you're gonna say, hey, I'm releasing Kith, and then we hear nothing for 3 months, that doesn't cut it for me. So you gotta spray to all fields and please everybody as far as like consumers go. Because like right now, all of the casual people, the new people that are getting in a home arcade, they are loving this time right now because all these new designs coming out, all these like cabinets that are like re-releases, but for them it's new. But for us, like the hardcore people, it's really slow right now. It's kind of bad. But as far as getting on the Kith Cab collection, everything looks great on it. The colors look cool. I really like the control panel, like the button color configurations. The teal aqua blue is really cool. The side art's cool. I really don't have a problem with Beast and Storm. We get too much into this. I mean, if you look at my arcade, everything is smashed together. You don't even see the artwork. So unless it's going to be an end cap piece on you, then I guess like you can complain about the artwork. But 90% of the cabinets are going to be smashed together, so the artwork's not even matter. Like, this is how an arcade is. You smash them together, like, to fit as much arcades as you can. Hell, we might even take the door off to fit another arcade in here. So the side panels are, the side art is okay, whatever. I'm kind of bummed that it wasn't like it still has a riser on it, so they're clearly just copying and pasting and then just overlaying and then charging $1,000. Because again, it's like, how can we do this to the cheapest amount made, but then make the most profit kind of thing? So that's what it's kind of like. They're skipping steps here. But yeah, as far as the price point goes, the marquee. The marquee is whatever. I mean, you have to put their branding on there. If it was like Nike or anything else, it's the same. The cool thing about that marquee, though, Joe Sabos, so you can just swap it out if you don't like it, if you actually want to get this cab. But the price point, though, is, I think, today it comes out. I don't know if anybody has checked that pricing or if anybody can, but near $1,000 with like shipping and taxes and everything. Yeah, no, I'm out. Like, I tried to stick around $399 to $499 for a cabinet. Again, I am a little bit different because I do work at Best Buy, so I do get a little bit of a discount on things. So it obviously helps, but it's not like a major one. So I still try to watch out for those sales. Now, speaking of sales, real quick, that Walmart sale was a grabber, man. That really pissed me off. I was like, oh, Shinku for 120. Screw it. I was gonna buy it and like reskin it to like a KI so I can have that form factor, because the KI form factor, I don't know if you can see it behind me, but the KI form factor, it's like an in between from like their new design from their previous designs from a couple years back. So I was like, oh, dude, I would totally do that. I think it's JC Art. I don't know if you guys know him in the community, but he did that. Cab looks phenomenal. So I was like, oh, dude, for 120 bucks, I would totally do it. But yeah, I don't really see anybody in the community getting Kith. Are any of you guys getting the Kith cab? Yeah, Battles says, I bought the Blitz 2-player deck off of Etsy. I haven't even taken it out of the box yet. Hope it's decent. Yeah, fingers crossed, my guy. Fingers crossed. Pito's Arcade Loft says, yes, plug it in into the PCB directly versus the USB hub. Oh, we're talking about the MVSX. Yes. Honestly, if you guys ever do the MVSX Hilo X hack with any thumb drive, definitely you gotta take the back off. It's like a couple screws, but plug it directly into the PCB. Do not plug it in the back. They give you like a cheap cable. It just doesn't read right. It always crashes. It's not a good experience. Yeah, Biggie D's saying the Kith cab looks great. The game deck art is much improved. No extra games. Should have included an X-Men arcade. Yeah, but again, like it's the cheapest possible. Copy, paste, let's get it out. Copy, paste, let's get it out. Like Big Buck, the new design, so it's going to cost us less for wood, for example. So let's just make it riserless, slap a coin door on it, get it out. And like, I get it, but when we're doing that too, it's like, what are we really getting out? I feel like there's like 6 cabs now that have been announced, and nothing from Arcade 1-Up has ever. They haven't said anything. So it's like, are we just gonna get all these arcades like in a week's time frame? It's just kind of odd. I don't know if there's like some shipping things going on or whatnot. Um, let's see, Biggity, the marquee graphic design behind the logo looks good. We're talking about the Kith cab. I like the entire artwork on this cabinet. Cool, yeah, it looks like a cool cabinet. And, you know, I don't know, it doesn't really do anything for me. I'm much like, I mean, it looks cool, like I said, it's like a bonus thing, but I'm more of like, hey, I want some arcade, more arcade authentic. Much like Michael B., the Game Genie, he wants like, you know, like real arcade authentic. I'm kind of in the same boat with that. Although I do really like the Shinku Hadouken one and the Yoga Flame. I think that looks dope. But again, when they're smashed together, it's really just like the front art and the marquee is what you're looking at, the game deck and the marquee. Brooklyn Menace in the house. What up, Brooklyn? Thor KC says, I'm honestly surprised how affordable the Kith cab turned out to be. It's still overpriced in my opinion, but so is MVC2. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like a horse apiece at this point. You're paying a few $100s for the Kith collab. But I don't know. I'd rather have like if it was in a deluxe form factor. Now we're talking something different. But if it's going to be the same MVC2 kind of thing, I'd rather just roll with MVC2 at that point. Biggie D's giving us the lineup here. We got the Kith, TheCornerCade, Big Buck, Time Crisis to finish out 2023. Kind of bummed because we were promised. So let's rewind the clocks just a little bit. We were promised, and correct me if I'm wrong. Like I'm subscribed to Arcade One Up's like official channel. Did Travis MCP just like, did he just disappear or what happened to him? And what happened to Arcade One Up? Like they haven't given us any updates. They're like, oh yeah, we're gonna give you an update every month and a half, and nothing. So still seems like it's been forever. It seems like really just like Fast and the Furious, and then they disappeared. But yeah, as far as getting to those, that's kind of a bummer because they promised us an '80s cab, and I feel like we didn't get any. And I was kind of hoping like Smash TV, Robotron, and even like a long shot at Qbert. Like, I welcome those titles. I don't have any arcade in here that has those titles on there, so even getting some of the '80s arcades would be kind of cool still. Yeah, it almost slipped. P-Dub says, LOL, did you almost call him Travis NDA? Yeah, I'm sorry. Like, you hear all these things in the community and stuff, and it's literally like, it like ingrains in your head after a while. But hey, we're going live, you know, we're not editing anything out. So, no, but Travis is a cool guy. He's a cool guy, yeah. John D was at SDCC last weekend. San Diego Comic-Con? Yeah, he was there. I saw B Kong from Kongs R Us. He did like a live stream, and that was really bad. I threw out the suggestion. So I have on me right now, I have a DJI wireless mic. I'm like, dude, you gotta get this. I mean, you guys can hear the sound quality. Right now, I have everything muted, so I'm just keeping my fingers crossed that this sounds excellent, like an Elgato or Shure mic would sound. But he's got to upgrade the portable on the go technology. I know the internet at those events are going to be really bad, so it was really choppy. But I do appreciate him getting us that footage though. It's pretty cool. Salvador Stern, remember when they said MVC2 was limited? LOL. They brought it back 3 times since. Yeah, that was kind of like a bummer, and I know and every company's going to say that, hey, get it now while it's hot. But yeah, it's kind of creates that like FOMO to get it. I mean, but be honest with you, if you were on the block of getting it, you're either going to get something or you're not. If you got to question yourself that you should get it or not, then it's a no. You know, unless it's a definitive yes. Like, dude, I knew right away, and I didn't even grow up in Marvel vs. Capcom 2, but I knew of the game, and I never even got to play it when I was a kid. I played some of the games that are on the cabinet, like Children of the Atom and stuff like that. That was pretty fun, but Marvel vs. Capcom 2, I was like, yeah, no brainer, dude. That's a banger title. We're bringing it to the TheCornerCade. I pre-ordered day one. I guess maybe for more casual people, but again, that's like your money at the end of the day. Like, are you really convinced whether you are gonna want to spend that kind of money? It's either yes or no. It's pretty definitive. Let's see what else we got here. James Nelson, there is still a new classic 80s title coming from what they said in the past. James, I am hoping so, my man. I am hoping so. Guys in the chat, what do you think that 80s title could be? Want to throw out some names out there? of what that title could be. I mean, I would take a Smash TV. That'd be welcome. Even though I've never really played that, I played it one time at one of the real arcades locally here. It's cool, but I would definitely add that to the Cornercade. I got like 1, 2, 3, 4. I have like 4 more spots, but like I told you guys in the previous stream here, there are like 7 titles that are in the Cornercade that are up for grabs right now. It's nothing that is set in stone. I have Big Blue right here. That's where Time Crisis is going to go. So either Big Blue and Tron are going to get sold, or just Tron. I feel like I could probably get a little bit more money for Tron to kind of cut that cost down from what Time Crisis is going to be. But the games that don't get arcade gameplay in the Cornercade, like for my arcade at least, they gotta go. Like they can't be taking up real estate. Like everything else gets played like on a normal daily basis. So let's see what we got here. Yes, Travis is a nice guy. Damian Williams, I want Arcade One Up to come out with a tapper cabinet. That would be dope. That might be one of the games that we play too, because my wife loves Tapper. She loves Bubbles. We played on the MK30th and the deluxe MK2. But that Tapper's a really cool underrated cabinet. That'd be pretty cool. But it's like, what else are you gonna put on that? You know, do you guys know in the chat? Like, again, I'm kind of like a casual when it comes to like home arcade, but yeah, I don't know what other games you'd put on that. You want a little bit more bang with the buck. Like at least Time Crisis, we were able to get like 4 games, big buck, 4 games. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what else you would put on that. But yeah, definitely, if you can get as much value as you can out of an arcade, do it. Like I learned the hard way kind of thing with Terminator 2. It's got the one game, and it's kind of like it's all right, but it doesn't get a lot of gameplay. So see, we had I thought in the chat Missile Command. Gotham City Arcade says Missile Command. That arcade kind of looks like, if they could do it right, it would look cool, but it's like, I think it's like shorter, right? And kind of like weird looking. So I don't know. I have right behind you guys, I have the Atari Centipede. I actually like the cab. The screen, I know a lot of people are like panning the screen. I mean, it's a little bit brighter than like a BOE, and it's obviously not a BOE, but it looks cool. I like it still. It plays great. It gets gameplay all the time. So the Centipede I would probably stick with the Centipede if they came out with a Missile Command. Yes, Brooklyn Menace, Smash TV is 90s, definitely. Big D says Smash TV is far out still. I think if we get another 80s, we will get Qbert. And I always do this out there, like, I don't know, maybe somebody in the chat here can answer this, but I don't know why we're not doing more like direct from Arcade 1UP. Like, okay, sell to the retailers. Like, we know, and like Michael Beats and, P-Dubs, these guys do a great job explaining, hey, look, a great example was Double Dragon 2. Arcade 1UP wants to come out with Track and Field, Double Dragon, like these cool like ninja titles for the hardcore people in the community. But the retailers are like, we don't know what that is. Go find us something that we know. So that's why we're always going to see like the Pac-Man, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, and then we get the one-offs of like Fast and Furious. Well, people know what that is. People know what Terminator is. People know what NFL Blitz is, NBA Jam. But I honestly feel like if you're going to sell to the retailers, by all means, do your thing. But then you're going to have that small piece of the pie to say, look, guys, we're going to put 300 Qbert cabs direct from Arcade 1UP. I can guarantee you they're going to sell out of those. Dragon's Lair is like more of like a niche title. They tried doing this with Dragon's Lair, and I don't know how many titles they made. Maybe somebody in the chat knows. But even like they're still sitting on KI Pros that they had like 500 of. So make a smaller amount. Like I don't understand why would it cost them too much money. Like I would like to understand like where we can't get to like, hey, those hardcore titles like a Robotron, let's do Arcade 1UP Direct. Like just make 200 cabinets or something. So that's the big thing that I would challenge Arcade 1UP to do. Like if you're gonna sell to retailers, do your thing, sell them. But then we better see Track and Field, Double Dragon, like all those titles that you can't do. Let's get those on direct and let's get this to the community so we're pleasing all the new people and the casuals, and we're also pleasing like the hardcore people that are like, this is our thing, because otherwise we're just left out in the dust. And at the end of the day, we're one of the big backers and supporters of Arcade 1UP. Like, take a look at my room. I probably have close to $8,000 to $10,000 that I've paid in this room. Plus, I've bought in cabs before. We've all bought and sold them. So I mean, in total, I probably bought like 30 cabinets. So it's like, what do we do at the end of the day? We're just kind of sitting here like waiting. It's part of the reason why I got the MVSX. That's right to my right here. It was a great pickup. I got it on $60 off kind of thing. I was able to do the high-low hack. I was like, look, I don't think Arcade 1-Up is going to come with like Street Fighter Alpha 3 anytime soon. So let me get this, and I could play Street Fighter Alpha 3 right now. I could play other games. I mean, there's like 800 games on that thing. So that's definitely going to be something cool to do. Like if we do the Versus series with me and my wife, we can definitely play some games on there. That'd be dope. See everybody else. Yes, Big D, Smash TV, Robotron would be a great 80s, 90s cab. I think they're gonna come out with it. I always wish like, and I said this. I did a live stream one time with Mike of All Trades, and I said, hey, look, why don't we just know like the schedule for the whole year, like when we found out those leaks. I forgot what leaks those were. It was like a year ago, and everything that was on that list came out, and the Time Crisis was the only one that didn't come out. And I think it was Cool Toy that I saw his video on that he like did this, and they took him down right away. And it's like, it was dope. We got conversation of it. We'll still talk about things. Even it doesn't have to be this big like birthday surprise that an arcade comes out that month. Like, who cares? We all know, like in PS5 land, we all know FIFA is going to come out. We all know Madden's coming out. We all know like a GTA is going to be made. A Gran Turismo is going to be made. Why does it have to be this like big kept secret? That's something I never really got. I don't know if it's part of like the licensing agreements or whatever technicalities are. I'm just speaking from like a casual's point of view. Like, they should totally just release the year schedule of like, hey, this is our 2024 lineup. Go ham, talk about it. Barring any, obviously you could put an asterisk on there, barring any like shipping details or anything like that. Like that doesn't come through. But then we would all know in the community, and then I could save for a cab. Like when you just spur Time Crisis, like, oh hey, Time Crisis is coming out, guys. Reserve yours in a week, and it's like, how am I gonna come up with like $800 in a week? Like I don't know anything about anybody else. I can only speak about myself. We, for the most part, live paycheck to paycheck here. So I know I have a blessed room of arcades, but this is put on credit cards. Like I use my tax returns to pay it off. So, for most people, like it's not a cheap hobby. So it's like, it would be cool to know, like, okay, hey, in October, this is going to come out. Okay, in March, this is going to come out. And in April, this will come out. So I'll just get those 3 cabs, and I'm going to be able to save for it. So that's one thing I like was talking to Mike on that live stream about, which is pretty cool. I don't know how you guys feel. What do you think? Do you like being surprised at the end of the day, or do you want to see like a lineup? It's more of like a structured thing, I guess, at the end of the day. Spy Hunter would be ridiculous, Damien. Yeah, that would. But again, like, what other games are you gonna put on there? They kind of have like unique controls to that. Trying to catch up with the chat here. They did, James says, they did just 200 units. You end up paying 1K like the Kith Cab. I hope they target 2K. They could hit that $500 price point. Okay, so it's like, production versus like price. Yeah, it gets real technical, I know. But again, I'm always going to be the person to challenge the conventional wisdom. It's like, hey, let's just throw an idea on the wall and see if it sticks, kind of thing. Like, why not? Does it work? No. Okay, let's move on to the next idea. Instead of like the same old, same old. Thor KC says, Robotron, Smash TV, Total Carnage would get my money. Spy Hunter, Roll Blasters, Stun Runner would get my money. Yeah, like some of those just like the rehashes. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Like, again, for the new people that come into the hobby, they're coming in at a great time. Get the riserless designs. I have noticed too that the riserless cabinets are a little bit skinnier than the ones with the risers, about a ½ inch to an inch, and I'm able to fit more arcades in because of that. So I mean, I'm all for it, but yeah, you got to kind of like redo now your arcade. Something that just popped in my head. They started doing the lit coin doors. Super cool. They have that on the NBA Jam Deluxe now, and the Star Wars. But if I get those 2 cabs and have lit coin doors and nothing else is lit, it makes it look like all my arcades are broken. So that's like, again, I know you got to start that feature somewhere, But it's like, damn, like every time it's like, well, I want to get this and I got to trade in that. So. Yeah, Sky Black. We are live in the building at the TheCornerCade. So I'm just doing a test run of my equipment. Got some new equipment here, and I want to make sure everything was dope and ready to go before we started because I didn't want the holdup to be, hey, we're finally the TheCornerCade's finally live streaming. Now we have technical issues. So barring all of that, hopefully everything will be good. As long as everything's charged up because I run everything on this the wireless mics and my camera on my phone. So as long as everything's charged and the internet is up and running, hopefully we'll be good tonight. Sinistar, take full advantage of the 48-way joystick by CMart. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Definitely, like we got this new technology. Let's roll with it. Let's see what we can do with some stuff. Kind of thought that was gonna be a no-brainer. I know Michael B, the Game Genie, definitely brought that up before. It's like why not? And it's got to be written on a whiteboard somewhere in Arcade 1UP headquarters. Oh, Sky Black, yes. So 3 a.m. your time. Definitely catch the replay. I don't expect you to be up for that. Looks like I'm caught up with the chat. Got 19 people in here. I thought it was really cool to get some discussion off my chest, guys. If you guys have any questions for me, let me know. I can hang out for a couple minutes here. Let you know everything that's going on in the arcade. Otherwise than that, I'm just gonna, charge up my stuff and hang out with the wife and enjoy our day off. Maybe keep the arcade on and play some games. But it's whatever you guys want to see here. Did you guys see we got a store now on the website, the YouTube channel? I thought that was pretty cool. I'll have to buy some TheCornerCade merch and like wear it during the live streams. I think that's pretty cool. Yes, Chaotic BP, I'm live and in the house, man. Welcome aboard. Thanks, Biggie D. Yeah, I really wish I had like more. So like just taking Biggie D for example. So he was doing some live play and you could like see his face and then I would assume you're running like an HDMI port like to a computer or something because then you could like see the gameplay really clear. I'm just gonna have my camera like peering over the gameplay board. You'll be able to see it and hear it, so it's gonna be all okay. You'll be able to see and hear my wife. So I think it'll work. I think it'll be pretty cool. It's not gonna be like as well produced as some of the YouTubers out there, but I think it'll get the job done. Salvador's saying, yes, Damien, TheCornerCade, hell yeah, merch, definitely. I got some hoodies on there, guys. It like glitches on the YouTube page. You gotta click into the merch, then click into the link to get to our actual store, because then like everything displays correctly, like t-shirts, and I just threw this stuff up there. There's like design stuff I can tackle it. Definitely get some more stuff added if I see anything that actually people want to buy. I threw up a fanny pack on there, TheCornerCade fanny pack. I mean, who doesn't need a fanny pack at the arcades for all their quarters, right? Some sandals, some mugs. Hoodies is a big thing. My wife and I love hoodies. I got t-shirts on there. So hopefully it's a wide variety of things that somebody can actually find useful. Okay, yes, Biggie D's saying yes, you'll need to get a computer and a capture card. So I got a computer. My toddlers destroyed the keyboard, so I had to toss that. And then they took the mouse and like the clicky things in the mouse, they bent those all the way back. They like to explore and stuff. So I have a computer. I have an all-in-one. It's like an i3 processor though, so I think it's kind of, I don't know, it's okay. But I have no keyboard or mouse, so I'd be starting from like scratch with all this stuff. And I'm not very tech savvy as far as live streaming equipment goes. I've seen a couple of videos, but I need to get hands-on with it. So right now we're just using a phone and we're using some wireless mics. These mics, according to you guys, sound really good, so that's awesome. Because that was kind of like a gamble. I was taking a gamble on that. Okay, Chaotic. Oh, wait, third floor arcade with Jason is here. What's up, buddy? Thank you. Yeah, I was saying in the chat, I think everything's going to work here with like lighting and stuff. I think I'm just going to get like a ring light off to the side so you guys can accentuate the faces of us when we're talking. Okay, yeah, Big D saying, yeah. Then that's kind of what I thought is If you can find an At Games Gamer Mini or Pro, it's good for streaming. HDMI plugs right into the capture card. Now, I think now I'm understanding like why a lot of YouTubers were clamoring, yo, no HDMI out. Like, what? We need these on the cabinets. Kind of makes sense now. It just gives it a little bit better experience. But from what I got going on, guys, I think you're gonna be really impressed considering it's a phone. I got an $8 tripod, and I'm using these DJI wireless mics. These things are the most expensive thing I've bought in equipment-wise, but it sounds phenomenal right now. So I'm really impressed with that. Trying to catch up with the chat here. Chaotic BP, get a laptop and a cheap capture card so it's portable, move around easily. Yeah, we're gonna play with the idea. The one thing is like I got some like Elgato streaming equipment, and I was using it with my laptop and stuff. But like for me to make sense of like owning equipment and stuff, and this is part of the reason why I got the wireless mics is because I can do other things with them. It's like if I'm gonna build this nice streaming setup, I gotta be on shows like 3 days a week or once a week or something. If I'm not using it, it's just like, dude, I might as well just return it and get another arcade, you know? Because again, this is getting back to like I don't have that disposable income to spend all the time, so it's kind of like a waste if it's just sitting there. And we weren't really doing any live streams or anything, so I ended up returning a lot of the Elgato stuff that I got, and now I'm kind of doing it this way. So you know, who knows? Maybe this will just work out with a phone and some mics, and that would be super dope. I could hop on somebody's, podcast show or something. And you guys can kind of get my 2 cents on what I'd say, or I can host my own kind of thing. I'm still trying to figure out like the seating and stuff. So right now, like I'm sitting on a bar stool, and the camera tripod is on a bar stool. So I want to get something that's a little bit more. I try to incorporate the TheCornerCade sign as much as I could. Yeah, Sky Black. They destroyed that keyboard. Yes, they went ham on my computer. Well, literally, you give a toddler 2 milliseconds, and they destroy everything. I literally turned my back one time just to take a drink, and in my daughter's room, she colored. It's like mainly like white furniture and stuff. She colored all over everything. You should have seen the look on my face. Like, first of all, I'm impressed at how you did that so quickly. But how the hell did you do that in a span of 2 milliseconds? It's beyond me. Anybody with kids would know exactly what I'm talking about. C-Mart says, what mics are you using? So I'm using the DJI wireless mic. They only make one. Retails for about $300. And from what this is like my first real test. Phenomenal mics. I was kind of going between this one and the Rode 2 wireless mic. But this one is literally a direct plug and play. I didn't have to mess with any of the settings, the software. Phenomenal mic. Like I'm really actually excited about this because if this actually works, I can actually expand and do a little bit more with the TheCornerCade. I know recently we got monetized. I filled out all of that like paperwork and everything, but I mean, horse at base, you get very little. But if the channel can grow, I mean, the more we can grow and the more you guys can support us, the more stuff we can bring to the TheCornerCade at the end of the day, the more equipment I can bring in, the more cabs I can buy for review and stuff. So if you guys obviously like the content, you know, keep it rolling and we'll kind of see what we can do for the future. Brandon Loves the Movies says, is anyone else interested in making their own custom pinball cabs? I'm slowly over time constructing a Dawn of the Dead 1987 one. That's really cool. Or 1978 one. That's really cool. No. The answer for me is no. But anybody in the chat, would you guys do that? That's pretty dope, actually. I know a lot of people are like getting on this pinball bandwagon. Pinball's totally cool. We in the TheCornerCade, we don't have room for a pinball, so our aisles are built just enough. Here, let me actually show you guys real quick while we're walking and talking here. My daughter brought in every chair that we have in the house, pretty much. But if you guys see real quick, we have just enough room for like aisles, so like I can play in here. And this guy's used to be a closet that we took the doors off of, and we were able to get 2 more arcade cabinets in. But eventually, this middle cluster stack here is going to have, so we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. It'll kind of line up with what's going on here. Now it's kind of hard to see here. And this will bring out, and then I have just this going right here. So we don't have like, for us to get a pinball, it would like block the aisles. We kind of made it to where we can have the most amount of arcades in here as possible, and still kind of get away with being able to actually play them and walk around. As you can see for reference, there's a chair there. That's how my daughter plays that arcade. But yeah, put that back down there. See if we can set you guys up right again. Something like that. All right, let's see what else we got here. Yeah, Chaotic says I use a ring light stand for my gameplay. So there you go, another stand option. Big D says DJI, I think C-Mart, but maybe he'll confirm. Yes, I'm using the DJI wireless mics. They only make one. Another cool feature I just thought of now, to charge them, you literally put them in the case. They just snap in like AirPods. Like I said, it's absolutely awesome. Like there's like 14 hours of record back time on what you're doing. So this is probably like the coolest thing ever. Brooklyn saying, you are doing a good job. The mics sound nice. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, it's first time live streaming. I don't really know, this isn't like professionally produced or anything. We're just going live. Like we're just doing it. We're having casual talk. I'm hoping to do something like this once a week with like me and my wife. I think that'd be really cool. But we'll see how it goes. Okay, so it looks like, guys, looks like the mic is fine, so that's really cool. Like, this is part of the reason why I did this. I wanted to test out the equipment, make sure everything was good. I was pretty unsure of putting all this together because I don't normally do this, so definitely good stuff. Gotham City Arcade, do you have an IG? No, we do not have an Instagram. We only have a YouTube. I know a lot of people have said, yo, get on TikTok and get on Instagram, and you'll just blow up. I mean, at the end of the day, like, I'm just going to keep it on YouTube, keep it in one place. There's one place to find us, that's it. I might make like a CornerCade email or something, and you guys can email us if you have any questions or anything like that. But, I mean, the comments down below, always like and share, like stuff like that is where I see everything. So if you guys leave a comment, I mean, you can interact with me on every video like that, so. Yeah, Damien's saying, start with what you got and upgrade gradually. Exactly. So, like I told you guys, I'm recording on my phone. This is all on my phone right now. And the big purchase was this mic setup that I have. So we have two people, there's two mics, and there's a transmitter. So, and then I got the $8 tripod there. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you for the awesome home arcade. Thank you so much. Your lighting looks good, actually. Cool, yeah. Like I said, I was going to try to get like a little ring light to kind of accentuate this because, I guess the tips and the tricks is you want to keep everything behind you dark. But the lights that I have them now at 50% right now in the room, so I could always raise them. It's done on my phone, but I could always raise them up to 100%. Looks like Big D and PD7. PD7's in the house. What's going on, PD7? How you doing? Give you a little fist bump. Oh yeah, Brandon, I totally. So, like I was saying earlier, I kind of like mod all of the cabinets with that little glue stick that you put in the toggle switch, if it's one of those toggle switch for the arcade one-ups. And then everything's run off Alexa smart switches. So in here I have 4 Alexa smart switches on, and I just hit one button, turn it on, turn it off, kind of thing. PD7, you mentioned me, TheCornerCade, earlier. Cool, I'll have to check that out. Is that your newest walk and talk? Let me know. Yeah, Big D, you guys got to do a meetup at the arcade. Definitely, we'll see about that. He found me at my work. That was pretty cool. I don't know if you guys saw that, one of the walk and talks, but that was pretty dope. Yeah, that's Thor Casey. It's a good point. Like, a lot of our home arcades are starting to fill up. It's like we got to either say goodbye to titles, or we got to find a new space, or we can't do anything at all. So it's like you really got to come out with those banger titles, and when you keep re-releasing things, you're not getting sales from us at least, kind of thing. So yeah, definitely PD7. I brought up the TheCornerCade. That's something I really want to check out. Gotham City, if anyone wants to do any collabs, just put it in the comments down below, and we'll see what we could do. Like I was thinking, making an email, and maybe we could do, people can email me back and forth kind of thing. It's a good point. Like I don't have like a ton of content, and I've only been around for just over a year, but averagely I get about maybe 13 to 1400 views per video that I make. So I was like, hey, I feel like that's a lot considering the niche market that we're in. And I reached out to some companies like a New Wave Toys and stuff like that and say, hey, if you want to send me some product, I'll do a review on it. I mean, like I don't have a ton of subs or anything, but people watch our content. And it's not even like we're putting out mad content either. So never heard anything back, but it was worth a shot. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, right? Yeah, it looks like I'll definitely have to set up a channel email there. Seems like it's the right thing to do. Well, I appreciate everybody stopping by today. I don't know if there was any other questions that you guys had for me. Like I said, I was just testing out the equipment here, and we kind of turned this into a mini live stream. So we had a couple people stop by. We kind of averaged about 20 people in the building, so that's pretty cool. Considering we had no game plan tonight. It's like, we got to talk about the facts. Let's talk about... I'm just kidding. We went over NBA Jam. We went over Buck. We went over TheCornerCade. Is anybody in the chat getting any of these? We went over Time Crisis. I was kind of thinking about doing Big Buck, but that light up marquee, man, that light up marquee is just like such a swing and a miss. It's like, it's hard for me to get over that, but we'll see. I was thinking about maybe, like I said, selling Terminator and picking up Big Buck. We got Big Buck and Time Crisis will probably be the ones that TheCornerCade's looking at. Sky Black says, I'll throw it out there. You guys got a fair bit of, let's say, criticism about the wife. You both all right, and no, it's a minority, right? All fun and games, emphasis on the games. Yeah, I mean, like, for anybody, I know you've seen, like, people put, like Council Fanboy will put videos out there. I mean, like, it's publicity at the end of the day. My wife looks smoking hot, and she does her thing 24/7. She doesn't just do that for the camera. I literally put the camera on and say, hey, babe, I'm going to make a video quick about Marvel vs. Capcom. Get in a game and play it. She'll play it, and I'm just recording real quick. Just trying to put out some content. Like I said, when we have a 1 and a 3-year-old, we are exhausted at the end of the day. So I try to put as much content out as I can. But yeah, she's super cool with it. So Brooklyn Minute says, I just say send me some stuff or there is going to be a problem, and that usually works. I lied, it doesn't work. Gotcha. Damien, nice to see other Arcade 1-Up contents pop up in your stream. Yeah, definitely. And that's a big thing too. Like, I know that I don't have an iArcade. I don't have an AtGames. I majorly have Arcade 1-Ups because for me it hits the nostalgia of what I knew as a kid. Multicades doesn't do that for me. I have an MVSX now, so I can't be called just an Arcade 1-Up channel. All kidding aside. MVSX is awesome. I absolutely love that. I remember seeing that at like pizza joints and stuff when I was a kid, so it's really cool to have that cabinet in the TheCornerCade, and I've gotten to play like Samurai Showdown, Fatal Fury, King of Fighters, and then I had the Hilo X hack in there, so I do a lot of like, I'll do a lot of Capcom stuff like Alien vs. Predator, Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, Street Fighter 3 Alpha, Street Fighter, all of them. So it's really cool that like I'm able to play those games because, you know, Arcade 1-Up hasn't come out with that stuff yet. But for me, like, I don't have no beef, no hate with anybody. Like, this is all about the games. It's all about having fun. I know there's a lot of things that go on with like drama in the home arcade community, but I mean, at the end of the day, like, let's talk about the games. Like, that should be our main focus. It's not other content creators or like pushing people around or anything like that. It should just be about the games. Like, we don't have to one up each other, no pun intended. Like, we're all in this together, and we all enjoy the hobby at the end of the day. So for me, it's all about the games and how we're going to build your space and stuff like that. So. Damien, thank you. I married the best one. She's not only, I mean, think about it. I want you guys to really think about this. How many people's wives are going to allow them to A, have an arcade in it, and B, play in it? And on top of that, she is a phenomenal mother. She takes care of the kids. She takes care of me. She's an awesome person, a huge heart. I love her to death. I wish she was in here, but she's getting a little rest and recovery right now. All right, guys. So that was pretty much the live stream. Again, I was just testing out the equipment and everything like that. So I'm glad everybody got to stop by real quick to say hello, talk some arcade one up. Tonight, guys, if you catch the stream live at 9 p.m. Central is when we're going to attempt to go live. I'll at least start it off if our kids aren't sleeping or anything. My wife will take care of that, but I'll at least get us on track, and we'll kind of go from there. And we can answer all the community's questions as far as any new titles coming out, what you guys want to see, what Arcade 1-Up needs to do to improve. Kind of go from there. But yeah, if anybody wants to say anything else, I'm about to dip out of here, and we'll see you guys tonight. All right. Yeah. So everybody have a great day. Sonny, is that you? Sonny, one of my employees. What's going on, man? Yeah, it's Damien. Hopefully this will be a consistent thing. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, we'll definitely see you there, Biggie. Appreciate it. All right, guys. Well, this is Danny from the CornerCade, and you know how I say it. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.